I love listening to Eminem, Lose Yourself, and I have a Red Bull. And in my mind, I really stay focused on making sure that I would act the exact same way if it was a one-on-one conversation. But it's important that when I walk out there, it's the same energy as like, what's up? Hey dude, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Da, 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 da. The other thing I always remind myself is that the nerves always go away. Where I think some people where they'll get stuck is they'll get nervous and then they'll get nervous that they're nervous. For me, there's always nerves. I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but there's nerves. But I always know they go away. You'll probably be able to identify when they went away, because I got real comfortable pretty quick in there. My hope is that there's not much of a difference between who I am one-on-one versus in front of a crowd. I would just argue that in front of a crowd, my intention is different. My intention is to captivate, educate, and entertain. I want to be captivating where people are like on the edge of their seat listening, entertaining, obviously, and then educating. Just my intention changes, but I don't try to change my personality or my character or any of that stuff. I just try to be me. There we go. You gonna go there?
It's so great to be here today. The venue is amazing. I don't think I've ever been anywhere like it. And one of the things that this place does is creates a virtual environment.
Thank you everybody for having us. What a beautiful venue. A lot of bodies out there. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So the way that I tripped and fell and got into the flipping space, which I think is telling to how the universe or God, whatever your belief system is, will always put you in the right place at the right time if you are open and allow it to happen. So I was broke. 2008, didn't know what I was gonna do. I stayed the night at a friend's house. I wake up, I go, I stayed the night at a friend's house. Like, that's when you know you have nothing going on in your life, is you sleep at your buddy's house. Okay, so I wake up, I go outside, and I go to get into my car, and I see a guy taking a picture of my buddy's neighbor's house. And I go, what are you doing? Which also speaks to being curious and asking questions, not being afraid to ask questions. Most people would have just got in their car, and my entire life would have had a different trajectory. Instead, I go, what are you doing? He goes, this house is going to the auction. I said, what does that mean? He said, this house will be sold at the auction today at this address. And so I took his card, and then continuing to pursue curiosity and ask more questions, instead of driving home, I drove straight to the auction. The address on the card, which was the Nevada trustee sale. And I rolled up and I saw what I call today a mirage. That was an era in American history, amongst other times, where everything was rooted in lack. And it was very, very, very sad time. There was no money anywhere. Anyway, I rolled up to the auction. There's Ferraris, there was Lamborghinis, and these guys were buying houses like they were buying candy off of a shelf. And it was wild. So, long story short, I figured out how to get myself into there, found an investor, and started buying homes. The story's much longer, but that was how I was introduced to the flipping space. When I got into the flipping space, gurus didn't exist. You couldn't go online. I bought my first house in 2008. You couldn't go online and pay $20,000 to a flipping guru and then have him send you 15 videos that show you how to flip houses. I had no choice but to just go and do it. And I think that is the most productive way to get into the space. So many people overeducate themselves. There's so many lessons. The most incredible lessons I've learned after having flipped 1,300 homes, which means I bought 1,300, renovated 1,300, and sold 1,300. I only give myself credit for the actual sales side. But where I learned the most was from the failures, was from the difficult times. There's houses that I've bought that I can't even speak to the address that I made 20, 30, 40,000 bucks on with no pain. I don't remember them. There's houses I've lost $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on. I'll never forget that house the rest of my life. But every lesson from that experience has served me on the other 1,300 homes. And so to me, you're better off climbing to the top of that tree, jumping off, and hitting every single branch on the way down. And then when you get to the bottom, you're like, whew, I learned a lot. And that will serve you better than just continuously educating yourself. Go out there and just get punched in the face, and then you'll learn how to dodge that punch. So the rental property game is all about cash flow. And cash flow is really the way that people in real estate are going to be able to retire. You know, there's not 401ks. You either retire with a ton of cash and a paid off house, which then you hoard your cash and you are probably cheap in maintaining your house. So in time, you're driving the same old car that's 25 years old and your house is, you've been living in it forever. That's a sign of a lack of cash flow. So the way that I'm in the buy and hold space, I have 88 doors as of like last week or whatever. What that cash flow has allowed me to do is live an incredible lifestyle. Like, I don't care what I'm worth. And this is a good nugget for you guys. I could be worth zero and this isn't the reality, but let's say I make $150,000 a month net. That's a big number, but that's not what my situation is. But if you make $150,000 a month triple net, you can do in almost anything a billionaire can do. You just can't own the island or own the plane or own the penthouse in New York. But the point is that if you just focus on cash flow and not net worth, because net worth to me is either a bitching right or it's a bragging right. When you go to parties, you're like, my house is worth, I have $300,000 in equity. Or you go to the same party and you're like, I'm backwards $300,000. But nonetheless, you can't buy a cup of coffee with equity. The only thing that you can do with that can buy you a cup of coffee is cash flow. Now, the big question is going to be, how do you get there? What you have to figure out is what I think you and I have both figured out, is how to perfect making new money. So many new agents come in, they've saved $60,000 and they're like, I'm going to buy my first rental. I'm like, you're going to take your entire net worth and exchange it for your first rental so that it cash flows $180 a month. In the event one water heater goes out, you're negative for the whole year. That's a horrible idea. You should use that $60,000 to invest in yourself so that you can become the best at your craft, whether that be a realtor, a house flipper, a lender, a title officer, whatever it is, so that you can get yourself into a position where you are making so much new money that you have more money sitting in the bank than you know what to do with. And when you have more money sitting in the bank than you know what to do with, that's when you go and buy rental properties. That is how you start. So perfect making new money. Rental properties have changed my life. Perfect making new money. So whatever your craft is, focus on perfecting that. For me, it was flipping homes. Not a sexy business. It's a sexy business. People think it's awesome. But it is not truly a sexy business. It's a nasty business. It is one of the hardest ways to make money. But I had no choice. I was a high school dropout and didn't go to college. So I had a choice. I said I could go down to the Mirage and I can wash dishes for $60,000 a year. Or I could take a shot at being a real estate professional. So I was like, why not? And that's really what a lot of people are up against, is think about that. What are you really worth on the strip here in Las Vegas? Just do the math and then ask yourself, well, can I make more selling real estate? Then go and pursue real estate. So cash flow changed my life. The way that I generated that cash flow was through mastering the ability to make new money. When I mastered the ability to make new money, I had more money than I knew what to do with. And when I did, I went and bought rentals. And then before you know it, think about how crazy this is. If you can get one rental that generates $700 to $800 to $1,000 a month in triple net cash flow, for the rest of your life, you could drive any car you want. Let that sink in for a second. You can drive the newest S500, Hummer, Escalade, maybe not the newest Escalade, but you get my point, for the rest of your life. And then if you buy another one where it generates, I'm going to give you the rest of this, so don't think I'm stealing the show yet. And then if they give you, if you generate one that's like $500 a month, the rest of your life, your gas is paid, your insurance is paid, or your entire family's cell phone bill is paid. That's like winning a lottery. If someone walked up to us right now and go, for the rest of your life, you can drive whatever car you want, but you have to work really hard to be able to buy a cash flowing asset that generates $1,000 a month. You'd be like, what a treat. So that's a gift for the audience. Everybody in this room should make a commitment to themselves that they should buy at least one rental property this year. If you already own a few, then you should challenge yourself and make a commitment to buy 2. It's not as difficult as everybody thinks. Stop educating yourself on how to go and buy the perfect rental. Educate yourself on how to become a master at your craft so that you can generate additional income, so that you don't have to go and figure out how to be creative or highly educated when buying your first rental property, because you have enough cash to not have it matter. You're like, screw it, I'll just put down 120 instead of 100. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not that crazy. And then think about this. Jason, how many homes did we buy in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, whenever it was that you got into the game? I bought my first rental in the end of 2014. And people are looking at us like we overpaid. It's a great point. So people here are like, well, isn't the market a little rich? Should I go and buy? Absolutely. You know how many people have told me that I was crazy for buying in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and now 25? I just bought a rental. I just told you last week. You just never, ever stop buying real estate. Ever. Ever. Don't try to be the person that times the market. That's the guy that gets smoked. Just constantly make good decisions. Undervalue. Always buy undervalue. Sorry, I have to put that out there. Don't just go pay retail. That's how you do get smoked. The way that I look for a deal, very quick. The way that I look for a deal is I just ask myself one question: can I duplicate this price ever again? So single story, 3-bedroom, 2-car garage, 2-bath, tile roof, stucco finish, comes across my desk at $225. I ask myself, will I ever in my lifetime see this house at this price again? If the answer is no, I buy it and I never sell it again. If you've watched Narcos, then you learned that Pablo Escobar got put in jail. And Pablo Escobar's jail cell was awesome. He had women, he had a chef, it was huge, but he was still in jail. We all are living in our own version of Pablo Escobar's cell, even if it's the greatest life ever. Meaning you could be in a rut. It may be a really beautiful rut, but it's still a rut. And so it's important to always remind yourself to challenge yourself and get out of that rut and move on. The way that I feel like I'm going to get out of my awesome jail cell is by buying enough rental properties to completely replace what this physical body has to do every single day to pay for itself. So every day I go to work and I focus on buying the right homes, focus on renovating them properly, focus on being a good human, focus on being a good broker, focus on all of these things so that I can generate money so that I could go and buy rental properties so that one day the warden walks down, puts that key into my cell, turns it, and I can feel completely free. Now I'm financially free, but I mean completely free. So that's a good little nugget I thought I would leave with the room.
How'd you think you did?
Crushed it. Dude, as soon as I walked off the stage, they were like, you did a really good job. You should, we'd like to, we're getting feedback. The girl walked up to me. I don't know how she's getting feedback. We're getting feedback that they really liked you. Can we give you, or we'd like to book you for next year and give you a 30-minute slot alone.
Nice. That's dope.
I'm like,
Mikey left the mic on you, and he said he got some footage from back, so we actually were able to record your audio.
it was a Ryland home, and the street was like Cotton Candy Drive. They like built like this neighborhood with all these candy names. Yeah. And all night we stood up building his vertical grow because he was growing weed. So all night we were up. Like the vertical grows are where the lights are in the middle.
Right. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, that was.
And that's literally the tape that you left, and you saw this guy take pictures.
Yeah, he had this crazy idea. He's like, dude, I think we can get a bigger yield if we grow the plant on the side, or if we give it sunlight from the side instead of just the top, because that's only this big, but the side it goes all the way down. And so I'm like, well, I'll come over and help you build it, and if it works, then I'll do my builds that way. And so we fucking stayed up all night building it. That's the only reason I would stay the night at my friend's house.
And then you left.
And then I got up.
That's a true story that you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, that's all totally accurate. Yeah, his neighbor was going to foreclosure, and all that's a.
That's how it happened.
Yeah, that's how it happened. I went right down there.
What were you talking at that time?
It was pretty cool, like how it started. With Jason's like, I went to a speaking gig, and
it was yours.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it was cool. I remember when he stopped me. It was at Coomer's office, and he stopped me in their restaurant underneath Coomer's space. And he was just a young, giddy, excited guy, and he was just peppering me with questions. And
I've been talking to him a lot because he's like in the celebrity space and shit. So
he knows a lot of those people, yeah. For everybody that's been a part of my light journey. Look how many fucking lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Just right there.
And look at how nice the black ducking looks.
I know. It looks so good.
Yeah.
If you're good at soccer, you should be releasing that ball before somebody's on you.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Like, actually, do you remember when I was dribbling at the end?
Yeah, when you were showing off a little bit. You schooled the fuck out of that. That guy was so, did you see him clear it? He was so pissed at the end. Yeah.
But honestly, he should have kicked the fuck out of me for dribbling like that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Just jammed you up.
Oh, no, he should have just, like, cleared me out. Like, if...
Explain
we're
what that
soccer
means.
Younger, right? Like, if you dribble too much, like, expect to get hit.
Is that like a body and a kick? Like we're trying to knock you over? Or?
Yeah.
If someone's trying to show you up, right, you're not going to let that happen.
Got it. Just
Right?
foul
So
his ass.
Yeah, exactly. So if like somebody was intentionally trying to do that,
Okay.
like, you would just clear him out.
Okay.
Right. So like that's where it's like there you can kind of mess around.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But you play like Tuesday Night Open or some other ones, and you'll get cleared out quick.
Yeah?
Yeah. So it's like it's different.
Okay.
You know. So,
See,
Does that ever make you wish you were more athletic?
I'm plenty athletic. Athletic is not my issue. Why would you even say that? Is that a joke or something?
I'm gonna do it. Oh, you're so right.
What? That was planned? Get the fuck out of here. I'll athletic your ass all the way home.
Josh, like you deserve the debt that you got last night.
Right.
Oh my god.
it's fine.
Oh my god. That was worth it.
The fact that I responded that predictably is actually.
Hey, if anyone's gonna have a glass of wine, we're still going back to work. So remember that.
I have a few, you know?
You can do everything. You can do what you want. You can do what you want. You can do what you want. You can do what you want.
I'm driving the van. I can't do it. Well, I can do what I want. We already know I'm not drinking.
And if you want a glass, that's fine. Just you got to go back to work
It actually
And
worked.
work.
and work. Right.
Grove Drive.
Yes.
I see on the MLS that it's currently under construction. When is that going to be done? I have a client that's potentially fitting your property.
You have a client that what? I'm sorry.
Well, I have a client that's looking to move in at the Red Rock Country Club, and your listing is one of the tops for her. But she just wants to know when's the construction going to be over.
If she were to come in and go, I love this house, I would move every resource I have on it, and I could be done with that house in 4 weeks. Now,
4 weeks.
yeah. So, but the way that this works is it's very similar to like a new home because I pre-sell a lot of stuff. Those photos are from another home that I have in Red Rock on Alcova Ridge. Did you see that one?
No, not Clover Ridge. Let me see.
That one's finished. I don't know how that one wouldn't have shown up. What about this specific home did she like?
So she's only looking to move in at the Red Rock Country Club. And
Okay,
then
Alcova Ridge is
said-
in Red Rock, and it's on the golf course with a better view, and it's finished.
She's looking specifically at the West Gate.
And it's on the West Gate.
On the West Gate. Culver Ridge, is it C-O-V-A?
Al-
Culver Ridge?
Alcova, A-L-C-O-V-A.
Oh, Alcova. Alcova, I think I've seen that one.
And it's cheaper. That's why I'm like, if she wants to move in quickly, there's,
Culver Ridge.
yeah,
Is it 1972?
1995 Alcova Ridge.
1995. Under Ross. Let's see.
It's my house, but Ross brought me the deal, so I let him list it for a month. If he can't sell in 30 days, I get it back, but I'm the owner.
Gotcha. Alcova. And that's kind of like the style. Oh, yeah. That's kind of like the style.
How the
of,
fuck did this guy get this fucking
one
client?
you're on-
That's the
you're
problem
on
with these
right now?
fucking stupid virtual brokerages. I'm sorry?
Is it the same style of the one you're remodeling right now? Like the one I asked you about?
The one,
Like the way that...
yeah, let me speak to it. The one on Alcova is done, and those are the real photos of Alcova. The one on Morning Grove, I've taken the best photos of Alcova and pre-listed Morning Grove using the Alcova photos. So
Gotcha.
Alcova is real. We can walk in there and touch it and look at it and experience it. And so I would highly encourage you to show her this house. And if for some reason it does not work for her, then let's just take a short drive over to Morning Grove, which is double gated and a incredible location. There's an argument to why the location's great and maybe why it's not, but we'll let the buyer decide that. And then if she wants, and she's, you know, if she wants to have some say in some of the improvements on Morning Grove, assuming she likes that and doesn't like Alcova Ridge, then we could certainly implement those changes, you know, and little stuff. Like I've always wanted an outlet right here at this level next to my bed because I hate having to dig behind the nightstand or I really, you know, I want this type of toilet or I really like, you know, she can customize, or I've always wanted a purple accent wall or, you know, whatever it is, she can just speak to it. And since I'm still in that phase of construction, I can implement for her. So it's really actually an incredible experience. I've sold 150 homes or more with this technique, and the buyers love it.
Gotcha. Actually, one of the main things that she's looking at, it's properties that have already the furniture, if not the option to purchase the furniture, because she's moving from Arizona. So basically, come in, buy the property cash, and then just plug and play, basically.
Done. I'll furnish the whole thing. Alcova is fully furnished. Everything you see in that house and those photos on Alcova comes with the house at that price.
Oh, even better. And then another thing that it was that, plus like some grassy areas for her pets.
Yeah,
For her dogs,
Alcova.
basically.
I mean, I can put a whole dog run on the side of the yard, on the side yard, and maybe give her like a doggy door, you know, wherever she sees fits. We could turf the whole side of the yard. It's plenty of space. It'd be more than enough actually for a dog run, and then put a little gate on it, and she'd have the best of all worlds.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me call her right now and let her know. I know she more than likely she'll be flying down here possibly next week. So if when I have a set date, hopefully I can rearrange showings with you.
Yeah, and I could be there, so I could help. Just let me know when, and because you're gonna need me if we decide to go to Morning Grove. If she doesn't like Alcova, which I don't know why she wouldn't, but if she doesn't, then we should run. And I'm not gonna be weird or anything like that. She's your client. I don't care. I just want to sell my house. And if anything, I'm an asset because I'll help get the deal done because I built the house. But
Gotcha.
and then we'll just run over to Morning Grove, and I can go, well, if you don't like this one, we have this one over here. It's more money, but it's more house, and you know, X, Y, and Z. And then she may go, oh my God, this is everything I've ever wanted. And
That's perfect.
and it's you know, arguably not done. When Morning Grove is done, that house will sell instantly. That house is more expensive, but it comes with more square footage, a 4-car garage, and a much more superior floor plan, believe it or not, because Alcova is freaking beautiful, but Morning Grove will be even more beautiful. So, but if she doesn't want to spend that kind of money, then she's got Alcova. If she does, then Morning Grove, she can have it. So anyway, give her a buzz, and then when you
she was more inclined in Morning Grove. That's kind of like what attracted her. I think because of the square footage and also the 4-car garage. But we'll see, because I know she gave me like 5 properties in there. So I just have to figure out like exactly where she's flying out here so we can go check them out.
Yeah, all she's got to do is go look at Alcova and then say, Josh, I've had this happen too. I don't want you to design it any different. Do exactly the same thing at Morning Grove. And I'm like, cool, it'll be ready in 6 weeks. I'll call you when it's done. And then she gets the Morning Grove design with the amenities that I just heard you say she liked, the extra square footage in the 4-car garage.
Yeah, that was and then one thing I like about Alcova too is that like you said, you know, it comes already with the furniture, so even better.
Yeah. Well, they both come with the furniture. That's my business model up there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. Well, this is my phone number. I'll save yours. We'll keep in touch. Once I have a more solid date for her to come down here, we'll call you or text you, and then we can set up an arrangement.
If you understood, cool. Basically, the context
Thank
of
you,
that
sir.
conversation, which will be tough to articulate through the camera, is there's a finished home in this community that's ready to be moved into that this guy didn't even know about. Instead, he goes and finds the one that's under construction. Like, how the hell did you get a $4 million buyer that I have to tell you about the one that's ready to be bought? Like, anytime I get a call from one of those types of brokerages, I'm just like, the agent's just, because if an agent's willing to freaking work without culture, work in an environment where they have to give up 15% of everything, and are obsessed with free, which free to me is their whole downline system that they have, that's not a true real estate professional. No interest.
You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let